There are three remarkable verses in the Qur'an's chapter of the winnowing winds, Surah Adh-Dhariyat, verses 47 to 49, that pertain to physics. The first one says, "And the sky was built by us with might, and indeed we are the expanders." The first of these verses alludes to an expanding universe. Cosmologists now know that the universe is in fact expanding, and that this expansion is accelerating due to what we now call dark energy. The second verse says, "And the earth was spread out by us as a floor." So how well have we spread it out? Geophysicists tell us that the Earth's lithosphere is comprised of tectonic plates. At mid-ocean ridges, we see a process called seafloor spreading, where the new crust is created, literally spreading the Earth out over millions of years to create our current continents. But just as amazingly, the third verse, وَمِن كُلِّ شَيْءٍ خَلَقْنَا زَوْجَيْنِ لَعَلَّكُمْ تَذَكَّرُونَ. And of everything we created pairs so that you may reflect. Traditionally, Muslim scholars understood pairs broadly: night and day, sky and earth, light and darkness, life and death, and living things in pairs. But the verse says everything was created in pairs. None of those traditional meanings encompasses everything. The first of these verses was about the expanding universe, which is on a massive scale. The second was about our Earth, and on an intermediate scale that we can actually comprehend. Considering that the third verse describes everything, perhaps we should consider the smallest things on a quantum scale, like the particles that actually are the makeup of everything. And that makes this interesting because modern physics repeatedly uncovers paired structures throughout nature. For example, fundamental particles come in matter-antimatter pairs. The electron has a partner called the positron. They have the same mass but opposite electrical charge. Secondly, electricity itself is built on the pairing of positive and negative charges, which allows atoms and molecules to form. Thirdly, nature displays a fundamental symmetry in its building blocks. We have quarks, the particles that make up protons and neutrons, which are often categorized in generations, or pairs such as up and down quarks. Some physicists have proposed a deeper pairing called supersymmetry, suggesting that every known particle might have an undiscovered partner. When we reflect on the universe like the Qur'an asks us to, from particles to galaxies, we repeatedly encounter complementary structures and balances. And of everything we created pairs, so that you may reflect. SubhanAllah.